So here we are at Cranbourne House in the bright Bournemouth sunshine, and I'm just about to speak to the residential services team here who support the students during their arrival and stay when they're at Bournemouth University. So, welcome team. These are very comfy sofas here at Cranbourne House. We need a few of these up at Talbot. So the first question I've got for you is, what are the key areas the team focus on to provide service excellence here at Cranbourne House?
So we make sure that, first of all, that they're safe and that everybody is able to enjoy themselves. We want them to enjoy themselves, but we want them to enjoy themselves safely.
What are the key challenges that students face when moving into their accommodation, do you think?
I think it's getting used to living with other people from different backgrounds, different cultures.
They're used to rules at home that their parents usually impose, and now it's like 6 other people who have similar strong views about washing up or not washing up. Or
Can you describe between you any improvements you've made off the feedback of students who are living here at Cranbourne House?
I think the biggest thing would obviously be Cranbourne House is nearly 20 years old, and it was getting tired, very, very tired. And the university listened, and we had a 6.5 million refurbishment.
Okay, thank you very much, and continue the great work you're doing here at Cranbourne House. So here I am in the Faculty of Management, where I'm just about to speak to Dr. Lewis Farquharson about service excellence in the department.
Service excellence is the foundation stone of good relationships with students and collegiality with other staff across the university. So I think for academics it's great for developing your relationships with students and for having that recognised as well, which I think is really important. Service excellence is about relationships and it's about people working together. Fundamentally, we're a people-based organisation, whether we're talking about staff or students or external clients. So really it's all about people, and it's all about those emotional connections and networks that we build amongst each other, and that then builds a really sound and solid foundation for all the other work that we do with each other. And we're very keen on working in partnership within BU, and I think that's really important. Service excellence assists that process as well.
Thank you for your time in answering that, and continue the good work.
Thank you.
So here I am in the Academic Services Department in Melbury House, and I'm about to speak to Rachel Geeson and Charlotte Thackeray about what service excellence means to them as a team and how they've developed their own framework for service excellence. Let's go and speak to them. Thank you, Rachel and Charlotte, for inviting me here to Academic Services. You've created this framework, but how did it come about?
The first thing we did was ask for volunteers to be service excellence champions across each of the departments of academic services. So we got the group together, we had a look at the Bournemouth University service excellence principles, and then we went out to our teams to ask them about how we fulfilled those principles with very specific examples. And once we had compiled that information, we actually created the document and obviously published it and promoted it with staff.
The framework itself is split up into different departments, and there are specific examples for each of those departments. So we made sure that across the entire of academic services there were consistent email and voicemail guidelines.
How do you think that has affected service excellence within the team going forwards?
Well, our main aim with creating the framework was to really make something that's quite woolly, as in the concept of service excellence, make it very tangible for staff doing their job on the ground. So it's really helping to embed service excellence within all the services that we provide.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I hope the service excellence that you've created here we can instill in other departments around BU. So I'm here in Royal London House to speak to Kim Vine from HSS about her idea to put together quarterly best practice group meetings for relevant administrators in different departments. Let's go and find out some more. Thank you very much for spending some time with me this afternoon in Royal London House to speak about how you've brought together administrators within HSS. How did this formalisation of this group within HSS come about?
I saw an opportunity where the administrators in our faculty seemed to not be working the same, so I just decided that it would be good to have a quarterly meeting with one person from each department to see how we could iron out any problems or how we could help each other. So I saw it as a real opportunity to get us all working in unison.
And what would you say has been the main sort of service excellent improvements now this group are meeting and it's formalised and they're sort of championing that within their own
Yes,
teams.
of course. One thing that wasn't attended very well by administrators and staff was the Faculty Academic Board, which happened quarterly. I think the wording Faculty Academic Board actually put a lot of administrators off attending, but when it was explained to them that actually it's about what's happening within the school in the future and that they would probably have a part to play in it, they started to attend, and lots of administrators are actually attending now, and they found it very, very useful and very interesting. So,
well, thank you very much for spending the time with me this afternoon, and continue the great work, and let's hope some other staff around the university see what you've done here and take that back to their own departments.